Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has said that India will soon finalize the second tranche of the Free Trade Agreement, the FTA, with Australia and expects to conclude an FTA with the Oman in the coming weeks as well, projecting an investment of another $200 or $300 billion into Indian markets from abroad over the next 15 years. He has described the current global situation as one of volatility, uncertainty, complexity and ambiguity. All right. Now, on that, in fact, joining me live on the broadcast to put things in perspective is Dr. Sharat Kohli, Senior Economist. Now, appreciate you joining me this morning, sir. Thank you very much. Now, in the India-Australia FTA, the big news, and the great news rather, is coming in as more investment is likely to boost the Indian markets. India is soon going to finalize the details and the fine-tuning of the Australia Free Trade Agreement.
Good morning, Simran. Good morning to the viewers of Newsx. Indeed, I would say the next level of India-Australia FTA, which had happened some time ago, this is the second tranche, which is now going to happen. I think the India-Australia trade right now is about $24 billion, where India has a bit of a trade deficit. We import about 16 billion and we export about close to 8 billion. So I'm sure India is looking forward to filling up this gap with the second tranche coming in. I mean, Australia is a large country, although the population is barely about 30 million. But then there's a lot of things which are needed there from India, which India is making at this point of time. So I'm sure this second tranche or second level of FTA would provide a boost to the bilateral trade and encourage investments from both the sides. And we should not forget, Simran, that our deliberations with New Zealand, deliberations with Oman are already on for FTA. EU officials are already here in the Commerce Ministry discussing the bilateral and the free trade agreement. So there's a lot happening, especially after what Donald Trump tariffs have done across the world. I think the countries have huddled and they're getting together to make sure that whatever losses that they suffer from America are more than recovered by doing multilateral and bilateral trade with each other. So very welcome step. We should be hearing the good news of the second tranche of India-Australia FTA happening soon. It will encourage investment. There's a lot of Australian businessmen and industry, Simran, who are willing to come and invest in India. Just that the FTA will provide them the right platform.
Absolutely. And how exactly are you also looking at these developments coming in at the time of when we speak of how Indian economy has been affected given the trade deals that are still not finalized with the United States?
No, Simran, I mean, Indian economy, no doubt there's a temporary bump. I've spoken earlier on so your channel. There's a temporary bump, no doubt, out of the $50–60 billion of the trade export, which has been impacted. Although we are getting some feelers from President Trump's softening stance. We saw some, soft tweets from President Trump, on which Prime Minister Modi reciprocated as well. So I'm sure with the US also it will happen. It might happen in a few weeks. Probably November is what Commerce Minister says. But I think that has been more than offset by the GST reforms and these FTA deals with obviously offset. I said that in the backdrop of Donald Trump tariffs. I think these FTA deals gain even more importance. They become more significant because whatever you lose there, you gain from other markets. At this point of time, India is in touch with about 40 countries, for that matter, to negotiate trade deals and to encourage exports from the manufacturers and exporters here. So I think the temporary bump is, and the chief economic advisor has said that GST reforms itself will take away a major part of the negative impact on GDP. The net impact is going to be barely 0.22%, which is 20 basis points. And with strong economic parameters, I really don't think there should be any matter of concern or fret, Simran.